up, guys? Welcome back to the first episode of PXP, ParaX, what is it? Podcast. Yeah.
PXP.
PXP.
ParaX Podcast.
100%.
I'm Wayne and this is?
Brandon.
Oh. So we had to talk a little bit of shit.
Shit about the paranormal, unworldly things, anything at that point, pretty much.
So, anything fucking weird.
Weird, funny, whatever. It doesn't really
Weird,
matter.
scary, whatever. Yeah. Funny, you just have to look at Brandon.
Oh, really now?
Yeah.
Coming from the book troll, yeah.
Thank you.
This thing is not...
Can you on it for me?
Yeah, I can twist it for you.
Yeah, thank you.
You need a twisting.
Hey?
You need a twisting so you can put your
No,
beads
I'm
in
gonna
there.
do the whole
But anyway,
Viking look.
he looks like a Viking.
Yeah.
It's an arsehole.
I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Of course you are, but
Yes,
still
I am.
pretty
Am I?
boy. Yes, Chloe, behave. Anyway, we're gonna be talking about Anunnaki and the whole prehistoric shit that doesn't really make sense to most people, and just go deep in it. Have fun with it. Do what we want, you know.
Anunnaki. Yeah, well.
Tell me what you know about them first, so I can alliterate on it.
It was a bunch of aliens that came down 12,000 years ago.
No,
and built the fucking
14,000
pyramids,
years
or
ago.
14,000 years ago, built the fucking pyramids, and used the pyramids as electricity. There we go. That's as far as I know.
No, this ball bag is talking shit. So as far as I know, from the research I've done, and you can go check out Bright Insights, we'll leave a link in the description below. So back about 14,000 years ago, the text popped up of the Anunnaki, the oldest known written text of any civilization that's been around. And what they describe is how they came from the fallen ones, as they were the fallen ones that came from space and came down. And obviously the Sumerians at that time were looking at them as angels. That's where...
But I believe the Christians believe in it as Nephilims.
Nephilim, same
which
thing.
are the fallen angels.
Yeah, the fallen ones. That's why
Exactly.
where the name the fallen ones come from. They were never actually angels. They were extraterrestrials that fell from space to come and harvest gold.
And apparently they were much larger than us humans.
Yeah, that's why you can go have a look in the Anku text, and as well as in ancient Egypt, you'll see Anku holding a lion under his arm. We will put it up there as a display picture in editing. But past that point, they literally came from space to try and rebuild their planet called Nibiru. Now, Nibiru is an actual planet that was discovered no less than 20 years ago. With that being, Nibiru is now split in half. Half of the planet is gone. So I guess whatever they tried to do did not work.
Clearly,
Obviously. But the scary thing about that entire religion is the fact that nearly all religions are based on them, including Christianity, including Islam.
Yeah, you see, this is kind of where we got a problem. You know, it's like Christianity. They've got this one God that they pray to, and
which is Anku.
Which, yeah, you would say is Anku, and I mean, you even go back with the Egyptian oaks. You know, it's
Same
like
thing.
you know when you pray and you say Amen. You know, it's like what's
Amen.
Amen Ra.
Amen Ra, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Amen Ra is actually Anku, because there are 5 main deities. There's Anku, Ankai, and then there are 3 others that don't quite...
Inky
yeah,
is one of them.
That's the 3rd one, and there are 2 more. There were 5 main O's, and they came down with 2 disciples behind them, because there were 7, not 5. There were 7 in total that fell from space.
Okay.
And if you actually go look into the ancient Egyptian texts, prior dating, just before they became a civilization, you'll see the texts that state the time before the moon and also the names of the pyramids. Because there was
I'm gonna check this shit out. By the way.
there was never a single mummy ever discovered in the pyramids of Giza ever. And that is 100% scientific proven fact. All the what do you call them? Caskets that are in the pyramids were built after the pyramids were even there.
Yeah.
And you can see the quality of workmanship, like not a single drop of water can pass through a block in the pyramids of Giza. But then you look at this stupid car, a casket that they made, and it's like, bro, this thing looks like it was made out of putty. So
100%.
there's a lot of things on this world that don't make sense. Even NASA launched a missile into the moon, and the moon rang like a bell for 3 hours.
Yeah, that's another one. Okay, so what I'm thinking is that every religion has got its own belief structure. So
100%.
you got the Catholics, you got the Christians, you got the Buddhists, you got
All of it.
fucking everyone.
Islam, all of them.
Okay, so listen, if you're a Christian, you know, I'm not trying to bash
Sure.
you, or anything like that, but when you come to the research side of things, Christians just pulled in and said, listen, fuck you all, we taking over.
Well, I can add a time frame to it. Christianity only came around about 600 AD, so after Christ was apparently crucified. The religion we are talking about right now came about 14,000 years before Jesus Christ was even thought of.
So if you take 14,000 years,
it's 14,000
the Bible's
BC.
only 2,500 years old, or 2,000 years old. So that should put you in a bit of a perspective of what's going on over there.
They are the oldest written texts on the planet. There is nothing besides cave paintings that predate this. It's impossible. So,
and then we go on to the fucking tablet theory.
Yeah, it's the same tablets. It's the same tablets I'm speaking about. They're called the Anunnaki tablets. There are 4 of them in total, 4 or 5, I think. And each one describes the period between the 14,000 years ago and the 11,000 years when the...
When the fuck did you wash your hands last? Look at your hand. It's very dirty.
You want me to fucking slap you with it? Dickhead.
You can fucking try.
I was going to give you a head massage.
No, don't fucking head massage me with your muddy hands.
Show me your hands.
Your fucking claws.
Oh, yeah.
No, my hands are fucking clean. Look.
My hands are clean.
No,
Sorry,
fuck
my
off.
hand actually feels stuff. You're just a little pussy. It's okay. It's alright. Anyway, so going back to it. So if we talk about all religions, the first religion to pop up was the Egyptians.
Yeah.
That was about, 4,500 years ago? If you go look at Egypt today, the blocks and the way they are designed is too sophisticated for man. There's no way we could move it. You're talking about a 1,000-ton block that we cannot move today.
Yeah, but there's this one oak on YouTube that reckon they can saw through it with a copper saw.
Yeah.
Where the fucking one oak is standing
But
this side, and the other is standing that side. Like,
How long do you think copper lasts?
no, I'm saying there's a
You
YouTube
try
video.
to disprove it.
So
yeah.
what they did is they hoyed some sand in the track. They tried it with the sand, and that didn't
Do fuck all.
fucking do shit. Then they put water in. So they were managing to get through 4 millimeters an hour.
Now, how long would it have taken to build the pyramids at 4 millimeters an hour? 2,000 years?
Maybe more.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
Now, you're talking about, I wouldn't, for you guys to do your own research, go watch a guy called Brighter Inside. We'll leave it there. There are bunkers in literally Egypt where they've got dovetails. You know what a dovetail is? How you slide, especially in woodwork that you did. You cut dovetails to slide wood in together.
Yeah.
There are 1,000-ton blocks with dovetails that slide into each other. Perfectly. So perfectly that a drop of water cannot go through it.
See, the biggest problem today is, like, if you look at the Pyramid of Giza, for argument's sake, with today's technology,
We
they
can't
can't
do it.
rebuild it.
It's impossible. And you can actually see the difference in architecture. You'll see those 1,000-ton blocks that are dovetailed into each other, and then directly above it, you'll start seeing bricks like we make our houses today. Literally, 5,000 years later. The Egyptians were never the creators of what you see in Egypt.
Yeah, I pretty much think they arrived and just said, we did this all.
Yeah, 100%. And they changed the face of the Sphinx because Alexander the Great, in his writings, stated that when he arrived, the Sphinx did not look like that.
Genius.
Yeah, because who liberated Egypt? Alexander the Great. Because Cleopatra was in love with him.
Yeah, that's also true.
And at that point, the Sphinx did not look like it does today. And they can say aging or whatnot, cool, that's fine. But you're talking about a structure that is so fine art and the bricks are so precise. There's no concrete in it. There's no mortar. It's literal just bricks that are being slid into each other.
But when he says slid into each other, it's with precision.
So
It's
precise.
like, fuck me, you can't even put a ruler.
No.
You know a normal fucking 30 centimeter ruler, plastic ruler, you can't even put that in between the bricks.
100%.
It's like,
It's so precise that a drop of water, you could take a 30-ton tanker of water and try to pour it, not a drop will come through those bricks. That's how precise it is. And the funny thing is, in those Anunnaki texts, they actually name the pyramids as a way station. Way station 30.
one thing I wanted to tell you.
Mm,
You know the Pyramid of Giza?
mm.
The, what's its geolocation or whatever,
Yep.
is the exact same number as how long it takes the light from the sun to get to
reach
the
us.
fucking Earth.
So 8 minutes.
I don't know, it's some fucking
that's
weird number or
yeah,
whatever.
that's a scientific
But your
number.
latitude, longitude, blah blah
Oh
blah.
yeah, because it aligns with the 3 stars of Orion, and then it goes straight to the sun.
Yeah.
Because the sun, just to let you know, the moon's light takes 8 seconds to reach Earth. The sun's light takes 8 minutes. That's scientific fact. You can Google it yourself. If I'm wrong, please leave it in the comments and just say Brandon's a dumbass. But it's okay. I really know.
Sorry, did you see that?
Yes,
I'm
I
sorry.
fucking saw that.
You weren't supposed to see that.
Oh, I fucking did. But moving on from that fact, is like there's so much things in this world that don't make sense. Like, why would the Vatican Church, for example, have a 125-mile long tunnel hidden underneath them?
Okay, guys, you know what? 125 miles.
It's boostle. It's fucking long.
Fuck me. That's fucking from here to Ladysmith kind of things.
That's how big it is.
Yeah, from Durban to fucking Ladysmith. Yeah, so it's fucking far.
It's big.
Yeah.
But yet again, if you find other information to state that I'm wrong, please put it in the comment. I'm more than...
Wait.
No, go to the
I'll
Vatican.
tell you now what 125 miles is.
No, just Vatican Tunnel. Just type that in. I want to see how long it is.
Vatican tunnels.
Length. Type in the length.
Distance.
Whoa, motherfucker. It's bigger than I thought.
Sorry. No,
1,500 miles.
1,500 mile tunnel.
Now, what do you think that... And to gain access to that tunnel, you literally have to get the Pope's permission. You've got to have armed security around you all times, and you can only touch what you have asked for. So if you ask for 3 books, there could be 1 million books, 1 trillion books in the tunnel. You cannot touch them.
What are they hiding?
Exactly my fucking point. It's like there's so many things that don't make
Yeah, but
sense.
you see, those motherfuckers are hiding a lot of shit. I'm thinking
They're
like
hiding aliens.
fucking aliens, werewolves, fucking
Bro,
everything.
let's put it this way. In 2015 or 14, maybe earlier, when Barack Obama was in presidency, Barack Obama, and the Pope at the time went to the South Pole. Why? Why would you have gone to the South Pole? As one of the 2 biggest predominant features of Earth, heads of Earth. Why would you go to the South Pole all of a sudden?
Because they wanted to test it out their new jackets.
No, because they found something that they needed to see.
Probably.
And you know, you can't go to the South Pole. There's not a single place. You know how much it costs you, me and you, to go to the South? $40,000 just to go to the South Pole. Why?
So guys, we're opening up a Patreon account. Please can you deposit $40,000 for us to go to the fucking South Pole?
Fucking A, I want to go there, dude. Why would there... There's actually a military base, a US military base in the South Pole. That's unknown.
You know, guys, you know, the way I see it, okay, is like the supernatural, the fucking aliens, the everything else. There has to be some sort of other existence besides the human fucking race. Because if you think of space, galaxies, fucking...
Well, let's work with our galaxy, for example. In our galaxy, the Milky Way, there are 22 trillion planets.
Exactly.
22. And out of those 22 trillion planets, there are 8 that we have found that can support human life.
Nah, besides human life, I mean, fucking aliens...
Any life. It can support life.
Those bitches can live off whatever, you know, but what I'm saying is that You gotta be a fucking retard.
Do you
to
think that there's nothing out there?
You on planet Earth, which is one of the smallest fucking planets out there, is like the only fucking life out of that galaxy.
No, you've got to be
like
dumb.
balls. But I've always had this thing, where I've always said that. You watch movies of Dracula and you watch movies of werewolves and you watch movies of aliens. What's it? The Third Kind.
Yeah, the Third Kind, First Contact.
All that shit there, right? It's like, what fucking humans sat there one day and said,
I wonder what aliens exist.
no, wait. I want to create a movie about
Something
a
that's
dude
not real.
that fucking turns into a wolf. I mean, seriously? Why couldn't he create were-pigeons?
I've got something that will blow your
you know what I
mind
mean?
a little more. Did you know there are cave paintings on Earth of dinosaurs? Did you know that?
Yeah, obviously.
But why would they draw a cave painting of a dinosaur if they've never ever seen one?
Because the dinosaurs were extinct before they were here.
Exactly. But why would they draw dinosaur paintings showing a dinosaur killing another dinosaur? Here in Africa too. There are cave paintings in Africa of dinosaurs. Why would they do that if we did not live with them? There's literal fucking pictures of a T-Rex femur bone with an arrowhead in it.
Yeah, because they used to hunt them.
There's a hammer, and you can Google this, you can do whatever you want. There's a hammer, 400 million years old, an iron hammer, 400 million, you can Google it right now. 400 million year old hammer. Where the fuck did that come from? Iron hammer, so pure that we cannot recreate that iron today.
Okay, so let's reiterate this. A 400 million year old hammer. And your Bible's 2,000 years old.
I'll even show you what it looks like. We'll show you an image on screen when this goes up. 400 million.
Just as long as it's not a 400 million year old dick.
No, it's a hammer. You'll see it. Images. There's it there. 400 million years old.
My fuck.
You know the coelacanth, that prehistoric dinosaur fish that lives off the coast of Cape Town? That's 470 million years old. That predates the dinosaurs, China. The dinosaurs have only been around for 65 million years old. We're talking about a hammer, 400 million years old. How? Where does it come from?
Now, guys, remember that's through carbon dating, huh?
Yeah, pure carbon dating. Even the iron is so pure we can't recreate it today. It's impossible. The Antikythera mechanism. Have you ever heard of that? The Antikythera mechanism.
No.
I'll show you that. It's literally a mechanism that can read the stars. That is so fucking old that people don't know how they made it. It literally is a circle wheel. Antikythera mechanism. There's it there. This thing is about 50,000 years old. They had that type of technology back then. That can read stars. It's a star dial.
Okay, there's a picture going up, guys.
And that's what they think it looked like.
Okay, so you'll see it almost resembles like a type of clock. And then there's this picture as well.
That's a modern one.
Yeah. But this is the one that they found. This old fucking...
Yeah. And that thing is like 40,000 years, between 40 and 20,000 years old. They think the Greeks made it. It's like, but the Greeks didn't have that type of shit. There's so many weird things, like even the Eye of Africa. That is Atlantis. In my opinion, that is Atlantis, 100%.
So those of you that haven't heard of the Eye of Africa, it's this circular structure in the Sahara Desert.
Yep.
And it actually looks like an eye. Okay, and if you go back to, what's his name, Plato days,
and NASA actually kept it a secret.
Plato described
the distance of each ring, how they were measured.
Hold on, what is it? Atlantis, right?
Yeah.
Of being
Three rings of land, 2 rings of water.
Yeah, 3 rings of land and 2 rings of water. Similar to, what's it today? Fucking Sicily or whatever.
No, Dubai's got something.
No, man, fucking Italy, where they...
Oh, Sicily, yeah.
around
The
on the
gondolas, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of it is like based on they'd cruise around on the water, and then obviously the pieces of land which are in the rings were where the buildings were situated.
And if you actually go type it into Google Maps, you can type in this, the Eye of the Sahara, and in Plato's description, this structure is literally off by maybe 500 meters to a kilometer from his measurements back then. And he wasn't even alive when Atlantis apparently got wiped out, because Atlantis got wiped out 11,600 years ago to this date. And it just does not make sense, because they even went there and everything described about Atlantis is there. Rivers and mountains to the north, they're there. A channel that opens to the south, it's there. And then it being wiped out by a day-night flooding, it's fucking there. You can see it coming from the north of Africa down to the back of Africa by the back head side, where the water ran into the ocean. Only problem is we can't even search that because it's 3,500 fucking meters deep.
Yeah.
So it's just a weird fucking compilation of shit that happens. It's also like the Tic Tac video. Have you ever seen the Tic Tac video?
No.
Never. Pull it up.
Hold on. I want to fucking save this here so we can add it into the whatchamacallit.
Yeah, so you guys can see exactly what we're talking about.
And then this guy here, which is the more modern one.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are very undescribable. Like werewolves and stuff, I do believe in. They definitely existed back in the past.
Yeah, when you start talking the supernatural now, you start talking
yeah, your language. Yeah, like I can very honestly, openly say that werewolves existed. There's no reason to deny it, because there are texts that predate even the fucking Catholic churches of there being men who turned into wolves. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of finite things that people brush over and listen to what we're taught in school. There's a lot of things you're taught in school that don't make sense if you actually put the research in it.
Okay, you know what my theory is? School is a fucking waste of time. Sorry, don't play this for your kids.
No, it's not.
But school is a fucking waste of time. Because why? They don't teach you how to fucking survive. They don't teach you finances.
Exactly.
They don't teach you how to run a fucking business. And they don't teach you about
anything
proper shit in history that affects you today.
Let me explain it this way. You know the woman's uterus, how a child develops into a fetus. We're learning the same thing that was created in 1780. And it has not been changed. And we have fucking shown that that's not how it works. And they're still teaching it to this day. They teach you things in school that do not make sense. And when you look at it with your own eyes, it starts to look like a whole bunch of shit. And it's just fucking scary. I just don't understand it. It's like, why would you carry on teaching us that unless you're trying to create something Serbian?
You know, when you start talking about humans and the creation and all the rest of it, and then you start going back to the Adam and Eve days, you know, it's like in Christianity, it's like Adam was created and Eve was created because Adam
out
was
of his
born.
ribs.
Yeah, out of his ribs, and she was all loyal and shit to him, and
she ate the fruit.
Yeah, and then she fucked off to some tree, and there was a snake there, and the snake told her to fucking chow the apple from that tree, and that tree was the tree of forbidden fruit. This is the catch. Forbidden knowledge. Okay. So anyway, so she went there, and the snake told her to eat the fucking fruit, and she chowed it.
Mm-hmm.
Forbidden knowledge. Now, all the Christians and all the rest of it, yeah, Adam and Eve, blah blah blah, that's it, end of story. But Eve wasn't Adam's first wife.
No.
Who was Adam's first wife? Do you know?
I actually don't, but I know he didn't have one wife. He had more than one.
Yeah. Lilith.
But that's Viking mythology as well.
No, not even Viking, dude.
No,
That
yeah,
is
but
just like going
Lilith
back
is
in the
actually
day.
a Viking.
No, she's not. Lilith is a deity.
Yeah, a Viking deity.
No, she's not a Viking deity.
Okay.
So basically, Lilith was there. She was his first wife. She wouldn't give in to him because he was like, I'm the man and I'll tell you what the fuck to do and blah blah blah. And Lilith gave him a big fuck you. So he went to complain to God and say, hey, listen, yeah, this fucking woman is not conforming to everything that I want. And she was booted out of the fucking Garden of Eden. And the only way that God could see how he could get a woman to conform to the man's every fucking wish was to rip a fucking rib out of him and create a woman from his rib. So he created this Eve from the rib.
That's where the whole mythology why men have less ribs than women. That's actually not the truth, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying this is the story.
That's the story, yeah.
So Eve was created and she fucking Adam, yes, Adam, no, Adam, 3 fucking bags full, Adam. You know, and so on and so on. When the Bible turns around and says that the devil, or Satan, or Lucifer, or whatever the fuck you want to call him, came as a form of a snake to tell Eve to eat that fucking fruit, it wasn't really him. It was Lilith.
Oh, was it?
Yes. Lilith came through and said, hey, listen, come and chow this fucking apple because it's gonna open your fucking eyes. Now, the biggest fucking sin out there, and sorry to all the Christians out there, but yeah, sorry for you, but the way it works is God, yes, he does exist, but so do other gods, and so do other deities. But God himself,
he's not the main.
He's one of the main.
One of them.
One of them. So God himself, the reason why he was against this whole eat the fucking apple of knowledge situation is because he didn't want humans to have the same type of knowledge base as he did. He was a jealous God. Christians, they talk about that every day in church. God is a jealous God. He's a jealous God to an extent of not what of you know, of what he knows.
Exactly, he doesn't want you to know.
So she went and chowed the apple, which gave her knowledge of how to become more of a godly being. Because every one of us, all humans, have the potential to be like gods.
Oh, of course.
You know, I don't know if you've heard that saying that in our fucking brains, we only use...
Apparently we only use 12% of our brain.
12% of the brain.
But actually that's not the truth. Our brains are locked. There is a key for it. Yeah, actually no, it is the truth. There is a key for our brains to unlock itself. But now I'm going to go back to the Anunnaki. So we're talking about a civilization that predates Christianity by 12,000 years. The oldest written text that we know of the Anunnaki. And in those texts, and in the Sumerian texts, which were the original beings of Earth, they state the fallen ones came, they showed us technology, and they led us into a way of enlightenment. Turned out that wasn't the case. The Anunnaki were here to try steal gold, because if you look in their text, every goddamn pyramid has got a name, and they're not called the Pyramid of Giza or the King's Tomb. They're called way stations. They are the same thing that Nikola Tesla based his entire theory of free electricity on. Because underneath the pyramids are things called aqueducts, which actually create, like I told you, create free electricity by movement of water through channels. Because they've got actual, what are they called, pockets. So one will move, the water will move through the next pocket, next pocket, next pocket, and it will just create kinetic electricity. That's where Nikola Tesla got his entire idea from.
The whole current creates electricity.
Yeah. Kinetic electricity, and that's where Nikola Tesla got his entire theory of. That's why he was arrested by the FBI. That's why all his research got taken away, and now it's no longer free knowledge.
And everything got fucking destroyed.
Exactly. So if you look in the Anunnaki text, there was a time around 14,000 and 13,000 years ago where they stated the Sumerians rose up. That's now pushing to that 11,600 year time where that catastrophe happened on Earth that wiped out the whole of North of Africa. So during that time,
Noah's fucking ark.
Yeah, Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark actually comes from Africa. It's fucking crazy, but it did.
Yeah, it does.
Noah is a dark hero from Africa. It's a fucking truth.
Yeah, he wasn't a Vito.
He wasn't a Vito.
Yeah.
This happened here in Africa. So during that time, when the Anunnaki fell from the heavens, apparently, well, from space, from Nibiru, they landed here, and the Sumerians, being as peace-loving as they are, decided to write all the texts. Because it's not the Anunnaki, it's called the Sumerian texts. They're the Jews. Let's put it that way. Because after the Sumerians got wiped out by the Anunnaki state in those exact same fucking tablets that what animals they mixed us with to make us a subservient race.
Which became what they called the Homo sapiens.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because they say they mixed us with tigers, they mixed us with lions, elephants, none of them worked. Eventually they mixed us with Sumerians with chimpanzees, and they got it so that's where it went.
So at one stage we were homos.
Yeah. You're a homo, I'm good.
No, you're a fucking homo.
But anyway, after they got wiped out and the Anunnaki actually left, because it states it, they left. They got what they wanted and they left.
Took all their gold and fucked off.
The Sumerians actually traveled to Egypt. Because the Sumerians were never in Egypt. They were between Atlantis, which is on the Eye of Africa, in the middle. Because the whole of North Africa, like we know, was not desert at one point.
Yeah, it was all green.
It was all green.
Fucking fruit and fucking green shit everywhere.
And literally the water came from Egypt. From above the north side of Egypt. That's where the water ran down and came through. And they were warned. So they left. And after they were created and they left, they came to Egypt, and the Egyptians had just arrived there. Because even in Egypt texts, they state they met Atlanteans. They told them this is what happened. 9,000 years later, they met Atlanteans. And this is no fucking lie. These are Egyptian fucking scriptures that are there for you to read. And it was just like, they didn't know what the fuck they were. But now all of a sudden they're here, telling them we had this, we had that, this is where it came from. The Egyptians never built the fucking pyramids, and I'm willing to bet my life on it.
No, they got to Egypt and fucking claimed everything. Like, we built
it was
the fucking
colonization.
Pyramids, we did this, we did that. Bullshit.
They didn't do fuck all.
Exactly what he said, colonization.
It was colonization. But moving on past that point, it's like, all these guys fucking, all religion is based on one religion, and that's the Anunnaki. Because they try to perceive themselves as gods. Because they are the fallen angels.
Which we would know as Nephilim.
Exactly. In Christianity is known as a Nephilim.
So Nephilim, you would say, was an angel that fell from heaven, that came to earth, and he was previously known as an angel, and obviously they were 3-4 times the size of a human being.
Exactly, which they are. And they describe...
And the Anunnaki was just as fucking big.
Anku, and which we will put up a picture of Anku, is literally described holding 2 lions like this under his arms.
Yeah. So, you know, there's a lot of fucking discrepancies as far as I'm concerned, because you got the Christians saying that they were fucking fallen angels, and they were here to fucking...
But yeah, that's what I was touching on.
Yeah.
It's like, the Christians have that belief because of the Anunnaki.
But hold on.
The Egyptians arrived, took their religion, created their own. Then as time went by, everyone took from what they could and created their own, because it's a controlling device.
But just to touch base and get a little technical on the subject. Okay, so you got fucking angels, they fall from fucking heaven. Okay, so angels are bigger than fucking humans.
Of course, apparently.
But they weren't the Nephilim.
No.
Okay. So what happened is the angels had sex with human women. Those human women that gave birth, they gave birth to what is known as the Nephilim.
Yes.
Okay, so that was the origination of the Nephilim.
The Anunnaki were fucking 9 local women at the time.
So you got either the fucking fallen angels or the Anunnaki that came down and made kitties.
But the thing about the Anunnaki is they came with a clear discrepancy of what they were here for. They stated, when they arrived in the Sumerian text, they state, we are here for gold to repair our planet.
Yeah, because Nibiru
Nibiru,
gold.
Yeah. To repair its ozone, apparently. But you know what me and Lins came up with? I did, while talking to Lins. I don't think they were here for gold to repair the ozone. I think that those assholes that landed on our planet were banished from Nibiru, and they came here to gather gold to create a weapon to wipe out Nibiru. Because from that point on, they just left. But whatever they did, either wiped out and annihilated Nibiru, because half the planet's fucking missing.
Well, they can kind of explain why the fucking half of it's gone. I mean, if they were down here all that time, fucking pulling gold, and turning all the Homo sapiens into fucking slaves for gold, then why the fuck was the planet never repaired?
Yeah, no, but that's my theory. Is like they were never here to help us. They were here to help themselves to take back what was once theirs. Because Anku and all of them are supposedly super powerful deities that came from the heavens. And I don't think they like being banished from their own planet. So they decided, you know what, fuck this, let's wipe it out. Because Nibiru has been found.
So when they left Nibiru, or when they got banished from Nibiru, Anku turned around and said, I'll be back.
I'll be back, yes sir. But yeah, definitely next time we're going to be touching on the Roswell incident and all of that.
Oh, fuck me. Don't get started on Area 51.
Yeah, we're going to Area 51 and Roswell, New Mexico.
Did you know there's an Area 51 in SA?
Yeah.
That's where you guys didn't know.
That's where they tested our first nuclear weapon.
And a lot of other weird shit.
Yeah. During 1956, I think it was, America detected a nuclear bomb.
What was his name? Basson?
Yeah.
Yes. Basson.
1956, America detected a nuclear blast off the coast of South Africa, between South Africa and the South Pole, and no one claimed for it. It was us. We know, because the Israelis were here at the same time.
100%.
So yeah, but anyway, guys, we will definitely be coming back to all of this. Thank you so much for tuning in. From Brandon and
Wayne, and this is ParaX, and we'll see you soon.
peace.